Hi everyone, this is Carolina and today I'm going to be showing you how to make felt flower pens. It's basically you'll start with a pen and then you'll add a rose on top made out of felt, a leaf, and then cover the actual body of it with satin ribbon. And it's really fun, really easy, and we'll start off with the flower first. You'll need some floral wire, a pearl that has holes. Let me see if I can put this in focus for you. It has holes all the way through because this is what you'll use to put your wire through. Felt flower. All I did was use a Sizzix die for this, but you can even use a circle and cut one out yourself just as long as it's something that kind of goes around as this one. And then a pen. For this one, I went ahead and already covered my pen with the ribbon with using my hot glue gun. And you'll actually use your hot glue gun throughout the whole project, so make sure you have enough glue. Started on one end and then finished on the other, hot gluing on either end, and then just basically twirl the ribbon all the way around and finished it off with some glue. That's going to be covered up, so don't worry about it if it's not completely clean. Let's go ahead and start with the middle, which is the pearl and the wire. Put everything else aside. Go ahead and feed that floral wire through, and you'll want it so it's sort of in the middle. If you end up with a little bit on one side more than the other is fine. I'll show you how I do that here. Bend it and then just twist. Okay, till you come to the end, and you want to make sure you have a pretty tight twist on this because this is pretty much the beginning of your project. See, and right there, and then I just kind of tuck it onto itself so you have an even end. Go ahead and grab your flower as well as your hot glue gun. What's important here is that you have your petals facing up. So put a little glue there and then just start off on the end. And it's crucial that you have a pretty tight bond at this point because this is pretty much how the rest of your flower is going to form. You can, once you get into it more, you can leave it looser, but this part you need to have a tight bond and make it as snug as possible. And I'm also in the process here trying to hide the floral wire so you don't see it. If it pops out a little bit, it's okay, but you kind of want to just cover it. So all you see is mostly the pearl. Okay, so kind of hold it. And now get ready to start basically putting your flower together. And you're just going to kind of go around, stopping every once in a while to add a little bit more glue. If you're not familiar with hot glue, using hot glue guns, I would suggest you practice before you tackle this project, just because I don't want you to burn yourself, and you kind of just want to be careful and just know exactly how much to add so that you can still attach the felt without burning your fingers, as I'm doing here. So as you can tell, I'm attaching it to the felt that's already on, that's been already twirled, instead of doing it the other way around, because this way you have a little bit of a cushion and you're not actually touching the glue. So then you're going to go all the way around as I'm doing here. And again, as you've seen me, I'm just stopping every once in a while, fixing it and adding glue where I see that I need it. And what's great with this particular die is that at the end there's actually a circle that finishes it off, and you can kind of add a little bit more glue in that section, and I'll show you that in a second. So let me go ahead and finish twirling it. And it's coming together nicely here. Okay, so I think one more and then actually two more. Let me add a little bit more here. And then, as I mentioned, there's a little circle at the end of this die right there. And I'm just going to add glue, bring my wire around, and then I'm going to add a little bit of pressure so that it sticks to itself, and it just gives it a little bit of an extra hold. And then that's pretty much your flower. You can use it on different projects, but I'm going to be using it on a pen. So I'm not going to fidget with it too much. I will be fixing it further once I have my whole bouquet together and see which flowers need a little more fluffing. I'm going to turn that wire onto itself again, so I only have a small part of it showing. And it also reinforces it when I go ahead and put my leaf. Make sure you put it upside down so that the right side is facing up once you turn your pen over. Be quite generous with your glue at this point because not only are you going to stick your leaf, but you're also going to stick the your pen, which is plastic, and therefore it'll take a little longer to dry. And you want it to have a good bond. So go ahead and stick it on, and then just put it down and add a little bit of pressure as I'm doing here, and then just want to kind of lift and make sure that you have it how you'd like. I also like to check to make sure that the seam is being hidden, the one I of the ribbon on the pen, and it's not, so let me move the leaf over, and since it's still wet, it's a good time to do this. And then I just go ahead and stick it on, holding it, and let me turn it over one more time. I think fix it here really quick. And then, yep, let me turn it over, and gonna go ahead and put that leaf down and see, making sure it's still a little bit wet, so let me add a little more pressure. And with that, you're pretty much done. It's ready to be used, to write with, and to add to your bouquet. Hope you have fun making these, and as always, let me know if you have any questions. You can find a complete list of all the items I used at the link below. Thanks for joining me. Bye bye.